My name is Derek Harper, and I've been painting since I was maybe 17 or 18 years old. And I wasn't always interested in artwork or anything like that. But when I was 15, I got going with pencil crayons. Then my father-in-law, Lloyd Takpiram, was another artist. Seen my drawings and pencil crayon drawings, yeah. So he actually gave me one of his brushes and some of his paints and watercolor paper. So he asked me to try it out. So I did. So I tried it out, and my lines weren't always as smooth as it is now. Yeah.
Amazing.
So he encouraged me to try selling them. So I wasn't really interested at that time still until my son was born. My son born in my oldest one, my first one, 95. So my grandmother encouraged me to try and do something to raise my son, or even financially, yeah. So I started painting, so I started taking it seriously, so I started hitting the galleries and office buildings eventually. I didn't know you could walk into an office at that time. So that time, that's basically how I got started to.
Do all your pictures tell a story?
Most of them, yeah. Or whatever mood I'm in, I guess. Yeah. And sometimes I get this idea, like when I'm half asleep, and I see an image in my head, and then after that I won't be able to sleep until I either draw it out, or so I won't forget the next morning. And usually, yeah. Most of them usually have a meaning. During the summer, for me, it's maybe a little bit harder because a lot of people are on vacation and the usual buyers are not there. But come September, like during the normal year,
back to their routines as well.
Yeah, so I find it better to sell, and some artists are pretty good with their business. They know how to market. That's another thing we have to learn. Well, I have to learn to marketing and all that, networking. Like right now, I'm just finding a lot of connections too right now. Like this fellow artist I met last year, and I just saw him at the mall today. It's actually taking me to his usual customers, introducing me and all that. When I'm in an art show, I get the older artists to look at my work. Then they would advise me to prices about this much, like say like 500 or 700, between that range, I would say.
So you're still using mentors as well?
Yeah.
Those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. Like I'll probably never stop asking advice or anything, because you always learn something from other artists. Huh?
Starting out, what advice would you give them?
Probably just don't give up on yourself, even though it seems like it's like impossible or something. Like it's really hard, because you will get criticized, you will get put down for the way your art works, or some people may like it, some people don't, kind of thing. And I have met people like that. It's the only way I can support my family, so I kept doing it. It's never give up on yourself, yeah. No matter what people may say about your work, you'll always get better. That's what somebody told me there. You'll only get better, there we go.